And
Hello.
welcome.
What are we welcoming?
Welcome to Coin Flip, where we discuss Pixel Pulse's two most ineligible bachelors. In the head corner, we have Gabriel.
Yeah.
Gabriel is 6'3" and has cherry curls and is team lead. What does he lead? Teams.
Yeah. That's me. I do that. I like leading
And
teams.
oh, we hope you enjoy Ass Men, because here's the tails side. There's Quinn. Boo. Boo. Apparently, Quinn is the heel.
Yeah.
You good over there? You good over there? You're looking like zooted. You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
viewers in the chat, who would you like to have a steamy one-night romantic getaway with? Heads or tails? It's time to flip that coin.
And then it lands perfectly on its side. The answer
Yep.
is Pixel Pulse itself.
Yep.
Yeah, the coin just splits in half in the middle of the air. Welcome to Pixel Pulse.
The only show where there are both pixels and pulses.
Now, let's go ahead and ask the real hard-hitting questions about video game news. Gabriel, where would you take our viewers out on the first date?
Like, where would I take them out? Like with
Yeah.
a rifle?
I mean, like, you could. Like,
Hell yeah.
But-
I do it in the GTA San Andreas opening alleyway. Shit, here we go again. Was that San Andreas or was that GTA 4?
no, that's San Andreas. You're
Okay,
right.
I got it right.
It's after CJ encounters the guy. What? Oh, he's knowledgeable, ladies.
Yeah.
It's a shame he's ineligible. All right, Quinn. You forgot the lube. How do you get your hand out of the banister?
With spit.
Awesome.
right.
This is a great show. I love it here.
This is our Valentine's Day special.
Welcome to the Valentine's Day Lovers Extraordinaire, where we love being on the air.
A banister,
Featuring
by the way.
Kazoo.
For people who don't know, a banister is like the side of like a stairwell that goes up. You know, like
Why are you sticking your hands in the banister?
Because you're reaching out and you're trying to grab the cat from the stairs. He's not allowed upstairs.
I've
He's
had my
going
head
around
stuck
the
in a
baby
banister.
gate.
Well, anyways, so today we have a decent amount of news for you all. It's been a minute since we've had an episode, unfortunately, but we seem to have lost Akari on our way here.
We used our necromancy spell to bring back the corpse of WaterMelvin, but upon doing so, we had to sacrifice another. So Agari is no longer with us for today.
Yeah, it was some Full Metal Alchemist shit. I'm telling you.
If someone could, yeah, you would think there wasn't enough mass.
He became
there,
a dog.
To be honest. Yeah,
Animal Crossing.
really bound together
Yo,
with his
what?
whole life. Animal Crossing. That's there we go. Animal Crossing is just a new Animal Planet fucking show where they just crossbreed different animals together.
Oh my god.
Chimeras.
No,
Wait, who-
but essentially,
Who are we, anyways? Like, what's everyone's names? Do the viewers know us?
well, I would hope this is like episode 10.
Yeah, but what if it's their first time watching? Who are
That's
you? What's your
true.
name?
I'm WaterMelvin. I'm currently a guy that works. That's it.
Damn.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm
he's
sorry.
unemployed. He's joking.
Okay, I am not unemployed. Ladies, I am the eligible bachelor in Pixel Pulse, though.
True.
No, essentially, my name is WaterMelvin. I come from a journalism background. I enjoy playing video games and being there on the front lines with everyone there and experiencing all the terrible shit that's happening. I have a firm belief that modern video game journalism is dying, and I'm hoping to provide you all with an alternative that's transparent and clear and for you.
Modern journalism is dying, and I'm CPR certified. Let's fucking go.
No, I'm peeing on the body.
No,
Speaking-
you're doing CPR and he's peeing on the body. We need ammonia on the body to get rid of the jellyfish things.
Please.
Well,
Um,
who are you, pisser? By the way.
Yeah. No, said pisser is Quinn. I like, as you
From
guys
where
know
do you
now.
hail?
I was gonna say Pissland. Right where I live in my piss bucket.
It's like Jamaica, but filled with lots of more piss.
Yeah. No, my name's Quinn. I stream. I'm here on Twitch, doing Twitch stuff. The name is Quinn is Trash. Underscores between each word. Yeah. Other than that, I'm full time work and homebody. So outside of here, that's where you can catch me.
Incredible.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing. I like sometimes I get to play my 3DS before I go to sleep. There we go.
Alvin, you good over there? You cleaning your teeth?
No, I'm just like I haven't had a webcam on.
He's looking at his mouth like crazy.
I haven't had a webcam on in like years, so like seeing myself.
And the show doesn't even get to see it. This is just a show for me and Quinn.
I mean, realistically,
this little private little broadcast.
I'm the Discord to him. Let him see me.
Oh my God, no!
Don't do that, please.
I'm not ready for Discord.
I'm not dressed for that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I have to have my top off for that kind of deal.
Ooh. We're getting a little. Make sure that mature rating is on, ladies.
My name is John, by the way. I'm John Douglas the fourth.
John Pixel Pulse.
John Douglas. Actually, no. My name is Gabriel Surge, and I hail from the land of Gabriel Surge. And I also like video games. Can you believe it? You're watching from the place that the show is hosted. Good job.
Man, I have man, you can tell we haven't done this for a while, unfortunately.
The fuck do you mean?
I haven't done this for a while, unfortunately.
I haven't done this for a while either. It's okay.
I just did this yesterday.
Anyways, well then you should have networked immediately.
I really didn't. No.
No, but pretty much what the goal of this show is, for those of you who are first-time viewers, is we want to provide a journalism setting combined with entertainment. And we hope to provide some video game news with some of our opinions. And then we hope to get some of yours. That's why we live stream it. If you ever would like to come and see our show or live, come and join us on YouTube at
youtube.com/@gamingoutletvideo.
Thank you. And yeah, with the kazoo. You can see us there. We usually try to stream around 7:30 every Sunday. But with that, let's go ahead and actually get started with our real show. We're going to go ahead and talk about some of the things we've been playing recently. Quinn, how about you first?
I've actually been replaying through all of the Pokemon games, right? I've been going game by game.
These motherfuckers playing Pokemon.
Dude, I've been going game by game. Right now I'm currently playing through Pokemon White.
Why?
And it's been a ride. I am playing the new games and going back to the old games, right? I'm gonna be probably the only voice of the older generation players, but the old gens suck.
They do.
They fucking suck. They
as
fucking
much
suck.
as it is like red and blue were just like broken before.
And the issue that everybody chases when they're playing Pokemon games, right? And I'm going to talk about this later. I swear to God, I'm going to fucking talk about this. See, and everything comes back to this. I told you guys I could talk about this shit. But these, has anybody like thought about the fact that these games are meant for kids?
It seems to be like it seems to be like a common like occurrence actually, where like a lot of people just tend to forget that these games are meant to be for children. And so,
but yeah, I've been playing the fuck out of that. Pokemon White, it would be a much cooler game if it wasn't meant for kids.
Are you like specifically picking the versions that you just have, or what's made you play White?
I like Zekrom more.
Okay, so you're legitimately just picking the ones that you like the legendaries more of.
Yeah, Reshiram's the better one, but Zekrom's the cooler one.
So if we go from first gen and up, do we each want to pick which colors that we would have picked if we could have?
As far as like the game goes,
Yeah, like would you have picked red or would you have picked blue?
yellow.
Yellow counts too. You,
Got him.
what
Yellow.
about you? Okay, so
Yellow.
if we
was the
do
one I
that, then
actually
we're
played.
if we do that, then we're gonna say emerald. We're gonna say platinum.
Yep.
So maybe we should just go ahead and keep it to the main entries, the main one, like the
Black
main
two.
two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Red.
What about you,
Ooh.
Gabe? I think I would have gone red. I already know for a fact I would have gone silver.
I know nothing about Gen 2.
Silver. Silver was my favorite. That's the one I grew up with.
Gen 2 was Lugia and Ho-Oh.
Hmm.
You might have seen those two.
I like Luigi.
Luigi is
Luigi.
good.
I like Luigi.
Luigi's from the movie, so that's who I think that's like a big part of it for me there. I know I chose Sapphire over Ruby.
Which one's the one with
Those-
the whale?
That's
That's
Kyogre.
Sapphire.
Yeah, I like that one.
I
like
was Ruby.
whales.
All right. Obviously, would you guys have picked Emerald if you had the option for Emerald?
No.
Oh,
I don't know anything.
But-
I mean,
about
it
that
has the better content. Subjectively, that's the game you want to play because even that was like the one that had moving creatures and shit.
yeah. They do they do that thing where like their third game is like the best one of the three, but then it's like,
But like as
damn.
far as like playing it for the legendary being the main support character, nah, Groudon's cooler.
I will always take my whale. Gen 4. That was
Diamond.
and Pearl. Yeah.
Diamond.
Pearl.
I also go Pearl on this one.
Dude, I could not get over it once it got pointed out, but like I got traded a Palkia,
Wait, which one's
and-
the one that does the time bullshit?
a Dialga,
Okay, no, my Dialga. Sorry, Melvin.
He's
You're alone.
Diamond.
You're alone.
It's fine. It's fine. Pearl's what I actually have for the remakes.
I didn't play the.
Oh, yeah, because like
Well, Jasmine has
the
my
head, the
card
head,
here,
the head of Palkia when you're using it in game in the original Diamond and Pearl, it kind of looks phallic in nature.
Yeah.
So I never liked it for
I
that
love
reason.
being a dickhead, brother.
Yeah, dude. And it's got like a spike on it. It looks super awkward. I'm like, dude, no. So also steel types are cooler. So
Fair,
Got him.
fair. And then black and white. You said you picked white.
yeah, I love Zekrom.
I
Gabe,
had white as a kid.
Like I said, I picked black myself. Actually, I like the white one.
Reshirem's super cool.
Yeah.
One of the best special sweepers
Is
that
that
ever
how you
exists.
pronounce that? I always pronounce it
I thought it was
Reshiram.
Reshiram.
I don't know. I don't know which one it is.
knows.
I don't fucking know. Does
Hold
anybody
on,
in chat
yeah,
know?
let's look it up.
Somebody in chat save us.
How do you pronounce Reshiram?
Reshiram, like he's like a Hebrew.
Reshiram.
Reshiram pronunciation. It is
Time to stop.
Reshiram. Reshiram.
Yes. Yes. I'm the.
Reshiram.
It's like
Reshiram.
Price is Right. It's whoever's closest without going over. I win.
Yeah, I put an I
Okay.
on my she. Reshiram.
Continuing on. Next gen. Gen 5. No, that was Gen
What
5.
about Black 2,
I-
White 2?
I didn't get to play those, unfortunately.
I didn't either.
I'm getting ready to. I think I played it, but I don't remember it at all. I know it was almost exactly like Black and White.
If
But
I
with, like,
had
some
White, I
changes?
would. If I had White 1, I would play Black 2 because fuck you.
That's
Because that
probably
continues on.
if
'Cause
I
Black
would
2
have, I
has-
would have.
Black 2 would have Zekrom in it.
Hmm.
So then we progress forward to X and Y.
Uh,
I had.
I always
X.
picked X.
why?
X is the gamer letter.
Why is the cool one though? I know
Yeah,
X
I've
is still cool though. If you put a what was it the white feather or whatever the fuck white herb on Xerneas whenever you did or Xerneas, sorry.
All right, do you want me to fucking? I'll look that one up too, real quick.
But if you put the white herb on it, when it uses geomancy, it doesn't take 2 turns. It just absorbs it and uses the boost on that turn. So it pretty much gets like its own version of Dragon Dance. Like,
It's Xerneas.
Xerneas. Okay, cool. Xerneas.
I mean, I picked deer.
character.
I liked X. I went with X on that one. I think
It's
X
cool.
and Y and Sun and Moon are probably some of my favorite Pokemon games.
X and Y is my favorite one. I can't get over it. I loved it. It was fun.
I really like Sun and Moon actually for some reason. I don't know why I did. It just really hit for me when I was playing through it.
It hit when I realized the online battling was like that was the first one that was like crazy. Black and White too had good online battling, but like X and Y is where it got cool. That's where it felt like it started feeling more like Coliseum.
They
like,
also
it was
had
cool.
the Mega Evolutions too.
Having the 3D was game changing.
Oh, I miss Mega
That is
Evolution.
like I said, it made me feel like I was playing Coliseum online with random people.
I can't wait to get the new Pokemon game we're getting.
Next gen.
It should be.
What's Sun and Moon?
Oh, you mean I thought you were talking. I thought you were talking about Pokemon X, Y, Z. I was like, it should be next generation. Next one would be Sun and Moon. Yeah, I picked Moon.
I did not play these games, but I do have Ultra Sun, so take that for what it's worth. I own it, and I've never played it.
Same legendary as Sun.
Yeah.
Different form. So yep, Sun, and obviously I would pick Ultra Sun.
What a weenie. And I think that goes into Sword and Shield, doesn't it?
Yep.
I think
arguably you just pick the sword guy. Come on.
I think the who are the characters? The ones that have the sword hair and the shield hair.
Oh, sword.
They both look stupid as fuck, but I think the shield one looks stupider. So I would go with the sword.
It was Swordward and Shieldbert.
Yeah, thank you. That's good. That is their names now. I went Sword because I was in my Dark Souls phase at that time, and I thought of the dog. I thought of Sid.
Shield. I thought the Shield one was cool.
I have Shield now, like currently, actually. And then we lead into Scarlet and Violet.
Sword and Shield went to Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the Legends game was the only one Legends game. So.
Yeah. For Legends Arceus, I picked Legends Arceus.
I picked
controversial.
Off. I picked Monster Hunter Wilds.
I picked. Oh shit! I forgot the name of the game. Shame on me. Anyways, I would choose Violet.
Probably Violet. I like the futuristic Tron bike lizard.
I
would choose Pal World.
I originally went Scarlet because my younger brother wanted Violet, but for me, I ended up really just enjoying Scarlet after playing through it.
Base.
And I believe that is all of them. Now we go into Digimon. Did you pick Digimon Sun or did you pick Digimon Moon?
What?
Yeah, did you know that they had 2 games that were like Digimon Sun, Digimon Moon?
No.
Oh, let me look them up.
No way. Get the fuck out of here. You're lying.
Okay. I'm leaving now, as per his request. Bye-bye.
Oh, no.
Digimon World Dawn and Dusk.
Dawn and Dusk. Oh my god. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they were 2-sided RPGs. You'd play as Team Dawn or Team Dusk. And here it is, if you want to take a look and see. There they are.
Oh my god. They were regular DS, so ergo Pokemon stole from them. Because Sun and Moon was 3DS. Which means it came later. 2007 versus what, like 2016?
Yeah,
Dawn uses Vmon on its cover, so I would choose Dawn.
I've never played a Digimon game.
I personally went with Dusk, so I know for a fact I bought Dusk.
Oh,
And then eventually,
Dawn also has that one at the very bottom underneath VMod, that weird bunny looking thing. That
yeah,
thing's final form is crazy.
See, I just liked, I don't know, I got Dusk from like McVan's video games, and then just immediately after I beat Dusk, I was like, I kind of want the other one. They're not necessarily good, but they're fun.
Ugh.
And with that, I think we conclude our Toyota Pokeathon
Wow.
pick 'em choose 'em 2 for 16 deal. So now we're gonna lead into our first topic today. We're gonna actually go ahead and discuss Ubisoft's current life right now.
Rip.
So
You go ahead and lead this one. The only thing I know and can comment on this is that Ubisoft delayed Assassin's Creed, whatever the hell, to be the same day as Xenoblade X, and we all know which game I'm picking up on March 20th. Come on, let's be real. It's Ubisoft's new Assassin's Creed game, not Xenoblade X. I would never play that game. Never. Ever.
Fair.
So, for context, in the course of a year, Ubisoft pretty much dropped by 50% in their sales. They were in 2023, like their Q3 2023, they made $606 million. This year, it was quoted at $318 million.
That's pretty big decrease.
That's a drop.
That is 300. That is a fucking Concorde.
Yeah.
Here we go. Concord mentioned. I wasn't even gonna do it.
It's only whenever I'm around. So it's just crazy to think about that Ubisoft has dropped over 50% in their stock over this. That's a little bit wild, don't you guys think?
I'm not surprised, and I already knew this, so I'm like, yeah. I was not surprised by the information on that.
I'm very disconnected from Ubisoft. Other than Assassin's Creed and like a couple years ago there was that Mario Rabbids. I have no idea of anything they've even put out. What has Ubisoft's recent output been?
That's actually what I was about to go ahead and tell you. But you can go ahead and comment first.
I just wanted to make the joke that the only good game that they've come out with recently is Prince of Persia. That's the only one you need to know.
And that one.
And Prince of Persia, and they also closed that studio.
Yeah.
So, for context, Gabriel, in the last course of like the year, they decided that they were going to release the first ever quadruple A video game called Skull and Bones. They said, so I don't. Let's look up what quadruple A means. I was curious too. Quadruple A video game. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it do?
What it do though?
It's pretty much like the premium. That's kind of what like the best way to describe it is. Like,
probably Concord, like levels of budget.
What was the price tag on the game? That's 70?
Like up to like 129.
What for the base edition?
Yes.
For all the extra what? No,
yeah, it was like one of them was like 119 or some shit like that.
No, that's the gold edition.
And now they're talking about the standard edition of like GTA getting to that point.
So, according to a couple of news sites, Ubisoft reportedly spent $650 to $850 million on this pirate game.
Yeah.
By the way, I have played Skull and Bones extensively, and I can tell you, I don't know why it costs that much. It's just Assassin's Creed 3.
I've watched it, and I can say true.
Like, it's just, you have had this game already made before. Why? What is this? Why was it $600 million, if that's to be the number that's actually true?
Dude,
essentially, also, this was a live service game where it was supposed to take place in an open world, like kind of like I don't exactly remember where it is, but it was specifically set. Oh, it's Singapore. It was specifically set in Singapore because Ubisoft took a series of tax cuts from Singapore themselves.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So so all of this combined, a $600 million price tag. How? What?
How do you take a tax cut from a country? How does that work?
They give them like grants. They'll pay them to make kind of like how movie company or Georgia is paying movie companies to come and film in Georgia. They give them a cut and then they put their Georgia logo at the end of the movie.
People got to move to Georgia. Georgia not getting enough money.
That's why like The Walking Dead was primarily filmed around there.
And you'll see like a lot of stereotypical like scary movies. They get their funding that way, and you'll see that when they're like starting off with them in a bus going past the fucking road sign that says what town and what city and state they're in. You'll see that all the time.
I will say, Prince of Persia. Let's go ahead and look at the sales on that and the budget for that, because that was supposedly
that was a pretty good game.
I was actually right there with it, but that works too. Go ahead. You can go ahead. I backed out of that.
The Lost Crown, was it?
Yeah. So Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown specifically did really well according to like a lot of like fan reaction and kind of like outlet response. Heck, you even saw it at the Game Awards for accessibility as one of the nominations.
Apparently, it sold 1.3 million units.
Yep, and Ubisoft considered that a flop, a failure.
I mean, 1.3 million isn't a GTA, no, but 1.3 million I wouldn't say is a failure either. And it was at what price point? $50?
Yeah, it wasn't even full price. Like, and the big thing with this is it was a 2D Prince of Persia game, and there hasn't been a Prince of Persia game in like 10 years. So
it was a Metroidvania, right?
It was a nice return to form.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's a Metroidvania or not. I haven't actually gotten to play it. I just know I've seen a lot on it, and I think that it looked really It looked like a quality game. It was
pretty
crazy.
damn good. It was pretty damn good.
It makes me kind of sad. It looked like a goddamn quality game. But then we follow that into so they blew $600 million on Skull and Bones. They killed Prince of Persia, and we move it over to X Defiant. Are you either of you familiar with X Defiant?
No.
I know the tragedy of X Defiant.
So X Defiant was Ubisoft's attempt at a Call of Duty killer. I know a lot of people probably might have had their eyes roll to the back of their head as soon as that was said. I know it made mine when I first saw it. But where was I? So essentially, it had a very unique premise. This game was actually kind of really cool. I was excited for it. It was a hero shooter set in all the different universes of Ubisoft. So you had Assassin's Creed characters that were coming. You had like Watchdog characters that could hack like other opponents. You had Division characters who had like moves from the actual Division game. There was one more faction that was of it. Far Cry. Far Cry had like healers for some reason. All of them were healers in Far Cry. It was really cool. I played through a lot of it. I got leveled up, and unfortunately, they canceled the game. It's still, I think, online right now, and you can play it right now. But if you go to play it, what's really neat about it is they enabled every single asset that they were even working on to be available in game.
Everything. It's wild.
Yeah, all the skins are there. There's placeholder characters that were supposed to be like there for them. So like you go in there. It was really, I haven't gotten to try it yet, but the full shutdown will happen on June 3rd for some of you who haven't tried it yet. It's really a decent shooter. The problem with it was it had a lot of hit registration problems. It seemed like when you would jumping itself would just make you immortal for some reason. It seemed very like easy to jump over bullets for a little shit like hop. So we lead into that. Rainbow Six Siege has been on life support for like a while. I feel like I don't know if anyone else feels that way, But
For being such a cool fucking game, I'm sad to see it be this way.
yeah, like I mean, I hope to God we get something with it.
Truly, like out of the shooters, that one's probably like
it's
the
one of my
most
favorites.
untainted. It's probably one of the most untainted ones.
It's a very excellent tactical shooter with a lot of environmental destruction that's really well done. I liked the character controls; each of them were really well done there too. And it's just, I think that one is one of Ubisoft's considered Ubisoft's successes. But at the same time, it's on like it's just been out forever. It's been here forever. It's been here for a minute. Another one that was kind of, I don't know if it was necessarily a big flop, but some people might have actually heard about Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora from Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Now, the big one with that game was you could play two-player cooperative online. That's kind of cool, right? Like hang out with your buddy, be blue people, maybe go get some blue bitches.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, it turns out when they did their DLC for it, because you know Ubisoft always has DLC. If you were to say, Gabe, if Gabe owns the DLC and we're playing together hunting for some blue bitches, Gabe will be like, hey, there's some fine ones in this DLC area. And so I'll go and join Gabe to try this quest. But since I do not own the DLC, it will lock me out of that. So you're like, okay, whatever, it makes sense. I can't play with him. Apparently what it was doing was it progressed people's saves forward to the DLC area and auto-saved them, locking them out of their save and preventing them from going back into the game without purchasing DLC.
Yeah, I remember. I think we talked about this on an episode of Pixel Pulse a few months ago, but
Yeah, we're just
still bullshit.
We're just kind of
yeah.
We're just putting up like the building blocks as to where we're at right now.
Recapping the act of the toilet being flushed.
Like it's obviously you said Mario plus Rabbids, Spark of Hope, and stuff like that came
and
out.
That did okay from what I heard. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like amazing, but like I didn't play it. I'm not a big fan of the XCOM style gameplay personally, but I heard it was better than the first game, but I don't think it really sold all that well.
Let me go ahead and Skull and Bones themselves sold less than 1 million, less than 1 million players in total during the free trials. But actual player count was 800,000.
Yikes!
Across all of their like systems, like my Windows, PS5, Series X, and then apparently Amazon Luna or whatever. Obviously there's the big one that we can talk about that'll get me a little bit riled. Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws was
best game ever made.
Your favorite game ever.
Absolutely terrible.
Number one best.
One of the few games that genuinely makes me upset because we could have had an actual open world Star Wars game with a rogue shooter that could have been doing crimes. I wanted to be an actual fucking smuggler. Sorry, I wanted to travel across the galaxy and drop off this spice to Jabba the Slut over there. You could only steal from the game was called Star Wars Outlaws. You could only steal from police officers who were just Imperial stormtroopers. Cool, I guess I can't steal from other people? These gang leaders or anything like that? But all that aside, Star Wars Outlaws was terrible, and then that combined with the backlash from the CEO saying to everyone that they should get used to not owning their own games.
Yeah, that was insane.
Now it's at a point when Star Wars Outlaws came out that there was a couple of this is why I say frequently that video game journalism is dying. IGN gave Star Wars Outlaws an 8 and then gave like Black Myth Wukong an 8. And these are not the same level of quality for either of these games. A big part of that, but then also Games Radar themselves were saying that the players are starting to be too picky. Which, you know, I don't know about you guys. If I'm spending over $100 on a product with DLC, I would like my product to be worth at least 60 of it.
Right. And how much was Star Wars Outlaws? Was it 70?
Oh, that was a $70 game with hold on, let me look up all the versions because they pushed their shit so hard for that one.
Was there a lot of microtransactions in the game?
I think there were skins in there, yes.
Hmm.
So you could potentially there was the gold edition that was $110, and then it was $130 for the one that had the season pass and everything like that.
Hmm.
So you want $130, and then you want to tell me that I'm being too picky about my games. But that's why Ubisoft has currently lost about 50% of their sales and revenue.
It's the gamers'
Fuck
fault.
'em.
It's not us. It's the gamer.
Which we'll come back and wrap this all the way up to where I do want to take moments here and write these down. How do you guys think Assassin's Creed Shadows will perform?
I think it's going to be terrible. I haven't heard anything good surrounding the game. I've heard controversy after controversy. And it's also releasing on the same day as Wreckfest 2. So, it's not going to be able to sell better than that.
So Gabe says poorly. What about you, Quinn? Do you think it'll do as good as the average Assassin's Creed game?
Well, there's an inner issue, and it really depends on who buys it. It really all comes down to that, right? So as far as like an Assassin's Creed game goes, it's going to be at least on par with the last two. So it's going to be, as far as Assassin's Creed game goes, pretty good. As far as a game with its competitors coming out around the same time, and like you said, all the controversy around it and all the backlash around it, and the CEOs being stupid about it, and like the game devs being stupid about it, it's not gonna be good. It's gonna sell poorly, which kind of truly sucks, because as far as like people that like Assassin's Creed goes, it's gonna be a decent game for those people.
Well, it's just
Those people, but like when you look at like people that are like playing other games, you're not your standard just casual gamer, are playing like games with like crazy graphics and like crazy fun, like fluid combat. When they look at the combat of that game, they laugh at it. When they're looking at the stealth of the game, they're like, okay, it's all right, but it's kind of stupid.
And I think that's a large part of it. Is I think what should have happened was, I think Yasuke should not have been a character that you play as. I think he should have just been a character that's there.
They could have made him a playable character, and that's the problem is they could have made him he could have been one of the playable characters. They should have just not like said that it was legit and that it was historically accurate.
Yeah, like when they first announced it, they tried to take such a point, like such a matter of fact, this is the truth.
If
like,
they wouldn't have
it.
sat on that hill, there wouldn't have been any problems.
Because we literally have media with black samurais in them. Afro samurai is freaking cool.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like the game would if they just did everything that they've done now, even with the delays and everything, and just had no controversy, the game might have been like pretty decently sold. If there was like none of the controversy, that's what fucked it. But I mean, like
no, and like with Gabe, you would probably appreciate this side of it a bit more. They also just culturally get things wrong about Japan.
Hardcore.
I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah, like there's like foliage and stuff like that that's like out of season constantly. They have like Chinese like building structures combined with like also just the Nagasaki gate.
Not
Nagasaki. Yeah, like I don't know if it was Nagasaki or if it was the other one. Unfortunately,
it was bad. It was things you shouldn't have in a game.
But then they take the approach of, we know more about your culture than you do.
That's what fucked them. If they would have just not sat on that hill, they'd have been fine.
How well do these games usually sell in Japan anyway? Like, I know this game's gonna sell like shit, but like, is that like a huge in the region for them?
In the region that they're based in, all of the games have just sold pretty much like almost like a solid same all the way across the board since Black Flag, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's been a solid amount.
When Origins came out, Origins was Assassin's Creed Origins was kind of like their first like jump into this new style of Assassin's Creed. So if you go back and play it, this comes from someone I've been playing it since like it came out on Xbox, not Xbox, yeah, Xbox 360 with one Altair. Essentially, Assassin's Creed Origins is the Assassin's Creed Egypt, and Assassin's Creed Egypt is when they started doing a new kind of like RPG style where you could like set your equipment and like have like gear level and shit like that. And that's kind of been how the Assassin's Creed games have been going, which honestly, they're very fun. If you play, I highly recommend Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If you have not tried Odyssey, Odyssey is fantastic. But I did like Valhalla a lot. Valhalla did some things I really enjoyed. I didn't play any of those after that. But we're slipping into this new form. It says here that Assassin's Creed Origins climbed into the top 5 sales in Japan.
Yep.
Okay.
So there is some there's some care there. There's some like, oh, we like this franchise there.
And if I can just toss in as far as like sales for them go, it started with the original having 8 million plus, right? It kept going all the way up until Black Flags peaked at 15 million. And then the remainder of the series were 10 million plus.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say Black Flag definitely probably counts as a like foundational title to play as on that console.
Their best one so far.
Yeah. 4 is very good. 2 is very good.
But that's the problem of that is Black Flag was their best, and they've had 3, 6, 7, 8. Shadows will be the 8th after Black Flag, and none of them have broken that sales record of 15 million.
Hold on, let me look at that. Really? Not even like Origins?
Yeah, Origins made 10. It's noted as 10 million plus.
What's Odyssey?
So, Odyssey 10 million plus. So that means less than 11 million.
I really recommend Odyssey if you guys haven't tried that one. It has it has an option for you to pick between a female and a male. I think the female one's actually the canon one you're supposed to pick. I could be wrong though. But it has like a neat function where you go and you like flip the territory over to it's a war between Athens and Sparta during the actual real historical war of Athens and Sparta. And you could just sit there and go in and flip territories over for the other side. And you would play as a mercenary. And so what you do is you help out, like say you go into Spartan territory and you just fucking sweep their deck and like make them like even stronger. You make them incredibly strong, and so that way when the final battle comes, you jump in and go against the people that you helped build up, and then you get insane loot that way. It was a really neat, like, actual system they had, and I thought I might actually... This is called Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This is the Greek one. Yeah. I highly recommend this one. It's fun. Now that being said, if you're ever jonesing for a good action stealth fighting game, Shadow of War is probably one of those that you'd want to play. But that's not an Ubisoft game. I'm just trying to push that game because I love that game. But I'm not trying to get on that. But I guess we circle back around to, I think it'll probably sell about 5 million copies.
You think it's going to do like half as good as previous?
Yeah, I think so, especially with all the controversy surrounding it. I think there's still a fan base there. Hell, even I partially kind of want to try it still. Like, but that's just me. I like trying things. I like trying the shit games that everyone hates. Like Concord. I legitimately did play an hour of Concord.
I'm a firm believer that any publicity is good publicity, right? So, but,
I don't know about this time.
Yeah. Because now it's not a matter of like this isn't going to make people want to go buy the game, right? And a lot of people that were going to buy the game started learning more about it as time passed and now aren't going to buy the game.
Yeah, like let's go ahead and right now I'm gonna type in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and we'll see
And
what
we're
the.
and we're in the era of people would rather just hop on YouTube and watch somebody play it than actually go buy it, and they'll wait for like it to go on Xbox Game Pass.
Or like the fact is, it's gonna be on Ubisoft's Game Pass.
Yep.
I didn't buy Star Wars Outlaws when I tried it. That's another thing for context. If I'm really shitting on a game, it means I did give it a chance. I did try to play Star Wars Outlaws. I just couldn't get behind it.
And you couldn't convince me to get Ubisoft Game Pass.
I only did it because then I saw that I had access to a bunch of old Rainbow Six games and all the Splinter Cell games.
Fair, fair.
I was like, you know what? If that don't work out, at least I got those. So I've been on this for a little while. Essentially, for those of you who are interested, Ubisoft is at half their sales right now. I imagine their stock prices are as low as possible as they've been in a while. Let me see. Ubisoft stock price. That is currently at $2 right now today. It's up by 0.06%. But if anyone wants to buy Ubisoft, now's the chance. It's at $2 a share.
Yeah, why would you do that? If you're gonna buy any stock right now, Nvidia is the way to go.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's
I'm mixed
lower
on
than
their,
what it normally is. So
I'm mixed on there. Yeah, that's the big thing. Is they're the way they did their cards and stuff. It definitely
but yeah,
did not help
Ubisoft's in a
them.
death spiral.
It makes me
Ubisoft is
sad.
fucked. They're fucked. And that doesn't make me sad at all. At all.
I don't necessarily want to root against companies that have really strong history with like I've loved playing like Ubisoft games. I still love like Rainbow Six 3 and Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, and it just makes me sad that there's just something going on there that just they're not gonna figure it out ever.
I miss Rayman.
Fun fact, actually, I was gonna bring that up. There is some games that are listed that they're working up on. We can talk about those and move on to some little bit greener pastures. The big thing is they have a Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake coming, which
Really?
yeah, that's
Even
been,
after they called the other Prince of Persia a failure?
yep,
That's
that's
surprising.
that's set to come out in 2026.
Okay.
They have Untitled Assassin's Creed mobile game coming. They have
Hell yeah.
codenamed Invictus for Assassin's Creed, and they have an Assassin's Creed codename Hexer. So there's 2 more Assassin's Creed games coming. Odds are one's going to be a mainline title, the other one's probably a 2D one. And then they have an Untitled Rayman game supposedly in the pipeline, along with a Division 3 and a Splinter Cell remake.
Are these leaks or is this official press?
Let me go ahead and check the sources.
And is it
again.
going to be animated Rayman, or is it going to be like 3D model Rayman?
These are all
animated. Animated's getting old.
These are all sourced from IGN. So
Yeah, animated
take that
Rayman
as
is
you
going to be
will.
the death of them. I swear to God.
Take that as you will. You can trust IGN if you'd like. I do sometimes.
What was the Rayman game that was on Wii U and then came to everything else? What was that? Origin? No. What was that?
Was it a side scroller?
Rayman Legends. Yeah.
Legends, yeah.
Yeah. I liked that game. But you didn't like it?
I wasn't a huge fan. Like, take me back to like Rayman 3. I'm telling you. Hoodlum Havoc, that was like the peak, in my opinion. That was like, because I loved the side-scrolling Raymans. Those were great. Rayman 1 was fucking awesome. But 3 was where peak Rayman hit, in my opinion.
Mm-mm.
Like, that'd be cool if they brought that back.
Rayman 64 is what I think of
Yeah.
for Rayman. But
Which was just the OG Rayman, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why they put 64 after, but here we are.
I guess the only reason why I care so much about Ubisoft in the end is that Ubisoft has had a lot of potential. There's a lot of good games with Ubisoft that they have that I really enjoy. And I don't necessarily hate their open world format that they have. I enjoy it. I think it can work in a lot of situations. I just wish they wouldn't have fucked up a goddamn really good Star Wars idea that would have been really fun to have. Why couldn't I have had Red Dead 2 in the Star Wars universe?
Because they're not capable of it.
Let me
Not
go
anymore,
have,
at least.
Let me go have my space horse so I can spend a 10-second animation opening the trunk of my space horse.
Arnhern.
But with that, I'm going to shut up for a while, and let's go ahead and move on to one of our coin-flipped ineligible bachelors.
I think Quinn. That's Quinn.
I don't think it was brought up, by the way. I'm ineligible because I'm fucking married, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought it was because you were a single father.
Oh, God, no.
Ladies. No. So, for this coin flip ineligible bachelors, we're going to go ahead and flip the coin now. I'm going to flip it 3 times. Gabe, you are on team head. Quinn, you are on team tails.
What?
Flipping the coin 3 times.
Is that because he likes Sonic the Hedgehog, who has a best friend named Tails?
Yeah.
So you should just pick him then.
Well, I mean, Tails.
Like that.
Yeah.
Tails won 3 out of the 5 coin flips, so go ahead, Quinn. It's your turn.
3 out of 5. See,
I don't
there's
think
still
he
a
actually
chance.
flipped anything.
Oh no,
There's
I do
still a
actually
chance.
have a. I do actually have a fucking coin thing up.
For all you know, the last 2 coin flips could both come up as heads, and then the last one could flip itself again just immediately after landing. You know, you never know.
It really is just continuously picking tails. He's streaming it to us. It did it 3 times in a row. 4 times in a row. It really wants Quinn to go. All right, 5 times in a row.
6.
6.
That's
6 in a
insane.
row. 6 in a row. Okay, Quinn, what's your topic, buddy? Holy shit.
The cursed coin and why we should all avoid it. Okay, that's the topic. No, you totally had it set. Don't fuck with me.
No, how it was literally. I literally
it's the
flipped
Google
the coin.
coin toss.
I literally flipped it 6 times. Two tails. There we go. So
There's
yeah, you want me to go to the other one? No, we're not gonna do this on stream. Anyways, this is my favorite.
Random.org.
This is my favorite coin toss website, by the way, random.org, because they have antique coins. You can go in here, like, where is he? Where is he? Ah, there we go, Aurelian. So Aurelian was, I think, the 7th Roman emperor. Hold on, let me look, make sure.
The stream can't even see any of this.
Yeah, the street. They're just
He's
getting
just
a play
showing
by
us
play.
coins. He's showing us coins, chat. Look at this fucking guy.
Oh,
This is
sorry,
insane.
he was the 5th one of the 5 good emperors. Okay, my bad. Anyways.
Coins are cool.
But yeah, like I like that. It has like actual antique work Roman discus, and I'm just a sucker for that. But anyways, Quinn, what's your topic? Stop lying to me.
Well, what gamers want from Pokemon as a whole, and why they're never going to get it?
What are they gonna get?
a turd. No,
They're gonna get
a turd to
Vaporeon.
them.
Just the way they want it.
Please don't do that.
Twice.
No.
Vaporeon and Typhlosion. Twice. Yeah, I'm staying hip. Anyways, as far as it goes,
I have Typhlosion in both of her Vaporeons.
even yeah. as far as Pokemon goes, leaks aside, what we're expecting, right? There's supposed to be apparently Pokemon news coming out via their channel here soon.
Yeah,
but I don't think that
coming up.
I don't know if we're gonna get way too much like information as far as like the mechanics of anything until the Switch is announced, right? The new Switch. Because
it's announced, but you mean like the presentation in April?
Yes, with like the mechanics of the Switch being introduced into possibly core mechanics to Pokemon.
I don't think that the Switch 2 is going to do too much different. We'll definitely talk about that once we get to my topic, but I think as for like, if you're expecting there to be a ton of like unique features to the Switch 2, there's a couple of things that maybe Pokemon could take advantage of, but I'm not really expecting much that would be like they need to wait to talk about this. Especially if it ends up being like how like, because Pokemon tends to not immediately jump to the next hardware, right? They did this with Black 2 and White 2, where like the 3DS was out the same day Black 2 and White 2 came out, right? And Sword and Shield took forever to come to Switch when they were still doing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So like I don't, they might do Switch 2 day one, but I'm not expecting that. So I don't personally think that they would refrain from showing at least something. At least with ZA, I expect that to at least be cross-gen between Switch 1 and Switch 2.
Yeah.
I fully expect ZA to be on release, to be honest.
What do you mean on release?
I expect Pokemon Z or whatever the new the Pokemon RCS, the new RCS.
Yeah.
I fully expect that one to be a release for Switch 2.
Oh, you think it'll be a launch title?
I think so, yeah.
See,
by the way, a correction to myself earlier.
Yeah.
Marcus Aurelian was the 16th emperor.
I thought it was the 5th.
No, he was the 5th of the 5 good emperors.
And the 16th total. Wow,
Yeah.
numbers are hard. I fucking hate math. Anyways, Quinn.
Because I forgot about Augustus, Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, Nero, Galba.
You were speaking Minecraft enchantment table to me.
I was hoping you'd start. I was hoping you would just start talking over me.
But like, as far as like what we're expecting out of it. So even let's say it wasn't going to be on the Switch 2 initially, right? It was just meant for the Switch 1. It's going to be releasing before Switch 2 drops. Here you go. Here's crazy ZA information, right?
Crazy.
Right. And then they're going to have like enhancements for it once the Switch 2 comes out, right? They might say something about that. Who knows? They'll be like, well, it runs faster on the Switch 2, so its FPS is higher. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
The freaking windmills actually look good. I can't get over it, dude. It was a different time. Anybody who got to witness the horrendous windmill in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet had it a little bit rough.
It was rough.
A little?
It was really rough. So I don't know how you can make a better Pokemon game if that's how we're expecting like the moderately okay ones to be, right? That's why I'm hoping that they're waiting for the Switch 2. That's why I'm almost hoping for it.
Well,
Because I want a better running one.
I think it's a good thing that there was no major Pokemon release last year. That definitely helps because they were really trying to push the yearly annual release, and they didn't do it for once last year, which I think will help. Will it be enough to just take a single year off? I don't know, but at least it's better than nothing.
And with that in mind, even like me trying to continue to explain it, I can still cut myself off at any time and ask the real question. Is the game actually meant for me? Right? It comes down to kind of a deeper idea of like, well, these are fucking kids games. It gets down as simple as that. These games are meant for children. We're ranging, I could say, all the way up to like, yeah, I still played it past like 18, but like what got me into it, what got me fucking hooked, what had me watching the TV show and keeping up with like the fucking cards, that was like me at like 10 to 13 years old, right? So with that,
not to get too philosophical on you or anything, but like with a game being specifically made for kids or something like that, like I guess to me, I see a difference between a game made for kids and a game made for like everyone per se. So like, what would you hope? Like, I guess the question is, what is a Pokemon game that's made for you? exactly? Like, what is that? Is that just Power World, or what is that?
No, as far I like all of them. See,
Yeah.
that's I'm the demographic that's already been hooked, right?
Yeah.
I've been playing Pokemon games since I was like got my first Game Boy in my hands. Like that was it. Um, and I've liked them all the way up until now. They've all been great, but subjectively, like asking for like everybody in the last game, the biggest complaint and the one thing everybody wanted to see, because they said it was an open world Pokemon game. So people were like, well, how are the gyms going to be handled then? Are all the gyms set at levels, or are they going to like change in level depending on how many badges you've already gotten? And sadly, it wasn't that case. Everybody got all up in arms about it. But the question for that one was like, did the kids really give a shit? I don't think the kids really cared. The kids did not care. The kids played through the game and had their fun and got the DLC and asked mommy and daddy to pay for it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it still doesn't like excuse them from having like lackluster graphics and like lackluster frame rate and like huge frame rate drops and like huge glitches, huge exploits that can happen.
Just because it's a kid's game doesn't mean there shouldn't be a level of quality there.
I agree.
It's fucking Pokemon, but are they just keeping it that way because it doesn't matter? Probably. Like they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They've got so many different outlets to make money now that they could really like stupefy their games and nobody would care.
I think a lot of it when people talk about giving Pokemon Company another year to make another game, right, and taking the year off, a lot of people immediately are like, okay, this is great for like visuals and like glitches and ironing those out, but a lot of that could also be used for developing the game further. I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan out there. I think out of the three of us, I'm probably the least fan, so it's weird that I'm kind of taking this defensive approach. But what I will say is I can be optimistic that maybe the Pokemon Company will spend this extra time not just ironing out glitches and bugs, but also maybe developing things like that. Like maybe they can spend a little extra resources and time to make, if they do another open world game, to make the gyms be like linearly progress. And I don't know anything about these leaks that came out from the Pokemon Company hacking situation a few months back. Apparently there was a Gen 10 demo in there, but I would say that that's not necessarily indicative of the final game, because it is so early on and hasn't even been announced. But it is also Pokemon Company we're talking about, so I don't have a ton of faith that it'll be too different, but that's more the pessimistic side of me coming through on that regard.
I would like to hope that with the existence of Pal World, there's a sense of sense of competition there, maybe.
I don't see it being like wholly as a whole, truly not much of a competition. They are in essence like, yeah, their merchandise is going to be similar, right? It's going to be a bunch of plushies of the pals and like there's going to be cards and it's going to be similar, but it's going to be two totally different groups of people buying from these two sets of creations, if you will. So I don't know how it would be detrimental to Pokemon for Pal World to be around.
I think I don't think that Pal World is directly competing with Pokemon, but I think Pokemon. I think Pokemon might interpret Pal World as a competition to itself. So I don't think Pal World necessarily can. I think there's a one-way relationship here where Pal World doesn't give a shit about Pokemon. Pal World's going to do what Pal World's going to do. But Pokemon is fearful.
Gives a shit about Pal World, though.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they keep suing them over shit. I wanted to chime in here. Now, when I refer to Pal World as competition to Pokemon, I'm not referring to that as a negative manner. I think competition in the gaming sphere is very good.
I agree. It's essential.
Especially with Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. Personally, I think Overwatch removing loot crates was a bad idea. and it appears that they thought so too because they're back.
Yep.
But that's not. We'll go into that later. I just wanted to point out that I think with Marvel Rivals being there, yeah, Marvel Rivals is a direct fucking rip from Overwatch, almost. But it's competition to the point where Overwatch is trying to realize that they have to start doing something different. And I think that's what I want Power World to be, a source of income that Nintendo will lose because they look at this game that's performing infinitely better and also cheaper. And yeah, sure, they ripped the idea of like capturing the Pokemon and everything like that. But they also, implemented the idea of using them as peons and implementing different personality traits based on what kind of work and job that they can do properly.
Well, that, and when you even look at like core mechanics of the Pokemon games versus the core mechanics of Power World, right? So like as far as, let's say, the Legends game, the one that's already been out, the one that we've played and seen. As far as scavenging for items, it is like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 different methods you can scavenge an item in Legends, right? There's either a rock that looks like it's a different fucking color. Oh, hey, it's a brown rock, and you go and hit the brown rock and get an item. Or you see a plant that's shimmering, you can grab the plant.
Shake a tree.
Yeah, hit a tree. But then when you look at like Power World, it's like, yeah, you can hit the tree and get something, but then you can also cut the tree down to get wood. And like it's a much heavier resource game. So like that's not what Pokemon was at that time. So yeah, even the mechanics they could scrutinize in that way, Pokemon's never been that way. So I just don't see how it's going to really affect them, and why they're even reacting to that shit.
They are
is
very
beyond
different
me.
games on a mechanical level, yes. I think,
So like, yeah, I just want the trees not to break the windmill in the background.
Yeah. I think I'm not, don't want to justify Nintendo because they're very much like, why the fuck are you doing this? And there's like a whole thing regarding like Sony as well that I remember reading some shit about, like regarding like funding Power World. But the biggest thing that Nintendo sees in this is there's no case for a copyright infringement because they are different enough on the designs. But Nintendo, or more so the Pokemon Company, does still own the most like valuable IP in the world. Like I don't give a shit about it, but like that is what it is. It's like the most expensive and brand recognized IP. So I recognize why they're defensive with it, especially because I'm not an expert, but I know US copyright law and trademark law is stupid as fuck, and you can really easily lose your shit if you're not careful with it. So like that's a whole topic that's beyond my scope of expertise.
Yep.
But what I will say is I don't think Power World itself is going to make Pokemon Company lose sales, but I could see why the Pokemon Company might think that generic Mom 47 sees Power World character with gun looks a lot like Pokemon character, and then they don't buy next Pokemon game or something because they got confused. From Pokemon Company's perspective, even though I don't think that's actually really happening, or if it is, it's very minor at best. That's my personal take on that whole situation. Melvin, you're muted, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, sorry, I was getting spoken to.
Yep, but long and short, do we want a lot of shit for Pokemon games? Yes. Are we probably going to get them? We will see.
Oh.
We'll see. We'll fucking see.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, I've always had a big issue with like performance on the Switch, and Scarlet and Violet were brilliant ideas. I think that would have worked better with better hardware.
I agree.
And I think honestly with Scarlet and Violet, it was a good step in the right direction. I also think Arceus was a good step in the right direction. I'm hoping to see that XYZ is also a very good step in the right direction.
ZA.
Yeah, Xrd. So then that leaves.
Oh, I was going to say, Quinn, do you have anything else to say regarding Pokemon?
No, sir.
All right, sentenced to 5 years of Pokemon jail.
Daddy.
That's it. Go play Pokemon Pikachu TV.
Oh my
Pokemon
god,
channel?
Pokemon Hell.
You have to watch. You have to watch Pokemon. You have to play Pokemon Channel and watch the jumping
No.
sheep.
All right, here's
On the
a
black-
challenge
on the
for
black and
you.
white screen.
Here's a
locked-
challenge for you,
You're
Quinn.
locked. You're locked into playing 127 days in a row of Pokemon Dream World and nothing else.
Here's my streamer challenge for you, Quinn. I want you to stream 100 hours of Pokemon Channel and find a way to do it without getting copyright stricken by the Pokemon company.
Yeah, no. Oh my god.
Just gotta like position yourself in front of it with the controller.
Become ruined.
Just put a JPEG of like a Ditto in front of the screen and move it around as the screen moves around.
Just play a second game inside of it.
Yeah, just
You
chroma
have-
key the screen out. Yeah.
No, yeah, you have you have Pokemon TV in the background, where Pokemon Channel, and like the top right. You know, like the Subway Surfer videos on like the Facebook Reels. It's like that. You just do that. You're just playing like Elden Ring or something on the side. Speaking of stuff on the side, hey Gabriel, how you doing over there?
I'm on the side. I'm very sideways right now. How you doing?
You are on
I'm
the side
stuffed.
for me. You're on the right side, and Quinn's on the left side on my Discord layout.
Melvin, have I shown you my Monado?
guy.
You have not shown me your Monado. You have a Monado now? Oh my god, you have a Monado now.
I have two
Oh my God.
Monados,
Why are
actually.
you holding it like that? Why are you holding it like that?
I'm not holding it anyway. I actually have two of them. The other one's in the hallway. I got those for Christmas, but that's besides the point.
Ooh.
Anyways,
Has it really
hi.
been Christmas since I've seen you?
Yes, I haven't seen you since last year, Melvin. Isn't that crazy? Was I holding it like Link? Yeah, Link often holds it there. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he certainly was.
Yeah, like Link. So, anyways, my name is Sideways Johnson. How you guys doing? You guys feeling
So
very
if-
sideways?
Is it like, so if it's sideways, is it like kind of like the Teen Titans building? Like, is it just like kind of like, is there still like a length that just holds it there? And
Yeah. It's just like a
Okay.
small, thin little like column holds it together.
I thought this was gonna be like a guy who's just like a chode kind of, where he's like really wide but really short.
No,
and he's
it's
just sideways.
it's a
Johnson because,
deformity.
like, he's just built wrong.
It's a deformity. It's awful, actually.
It's just really cold.
It's really, really fucking cold. Oh my god,
It's
guys.
just really cold.
Hey, speaking of hardware regarding the Pokemon game franchise, do you guys like your Nintendo Switch home device? Yes or no?
I loved it when it first came out.
Yeah. Hey,
Now that
give me your honest review on the Switch right now.
I think the Switch is very good for when it came out. It had a nice gimmick behind it. It sold really well. It had a lot of marks for it. Unfortunately, I feel that there was a lot of restrictive hardware. They really just didn't do anything with it. That's the biggest complaint I have, is that they just kind of stay sedentary with the Switch for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like there was ever like a Switch like XL or anything like that. Like there was never really an upgrade that I wanted to get. Like
I
an
think-
OLED was cool. Like an OLED was cool, but like an OLED was just that really.
Yeah. I think a Switch 2 or sorry, a Switch Pro may have been in the works at one point, but then was delayed for COVID, and then that was just pushed into becoming Switch 2. But that's beside the point.
That's kind of where I'm sitting at with this Switch 2, where it just kind of legitimately just looks like they're not really doing a whole lot. and that's kind of where I'm at. Where back in 2017, I loved my Switch. I loved my Switch for a long time. I still enjoy my Switch. I just don't really enjoy the performance issues, and I also just haven't really. I don't enjoy the full price Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm. What about you,
I'm
Quinn?
broke. I'm broke. I can't afford these these $60 Nintendo prices.
I feel like the Switch and the Switch OLED are okay for Nintendo systems.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. They're not like my favorite. Like, okay, obviously for those watching the show, I am like the of the four of us on this show. I am like probably the most Nintendo out of all of us. Like Quinn's like oops all Pokemon sometimes, but like you don't play a lot of things outside of Pokemon, do you? Or like
I do.
Every now and then you do.
He's pretty
you can
up
name
there.
off most Nintendo games that are mainline, and I've played them.
Yeah.
I've been around since old Nintendo. I've
Fair
had
enough.
nothing but Nintendo systems my entire childhood,
I will
all the
say,
way up until the Wii.
let me just chime in with like a kind of like a counter question. What do you guys feel is the best Nintendo console, including handhelds?
Well, so here's my thing. The Switch is not like my favorite from like a design or like a gimmick standpoint, but when I think of what am I going to use to play Nintendo games, honestly in 2025 the answer is the Switch because like
The PC.
well, sure, but like if I'm looking for official ways to do it because I'm feeling way too lazy to set up an emulator, which I've got no problem with those who emulate, you know me. I do emulate every now and then.
I mean, in my mind, a lot of the games you emulate on Dolphin, you just own as well.
Yeah. At least for me specifically, definitely. But for me, sometimes setting up an emulator is just a headache that I don't want to deal with, especially when it comes to streaming them. Because that's the majority of the way that I play my games these days. So for me, the Switch is great because it doesn't have every game ever that Nintendo has released that I care about, but it's pretty damn close. You have the entire Pikmin franchise. You have most of the Zelda franchise minus Ocarina. Well, Ocarina is there on NSO. So really it's just Wind Waker and Twilight Princess that aren't there off the top of my head.
Again.
Yeah.
I would kill to have those two so bad.
And then like when it comes to like other like Mario, you have
They fucking
Like,
did Skyward Sword. Those motherfuckers.
I like Skyward Sword HD. But
It was
for
okay.
Mario, you have most of the games. The only one I can think of off the top of my head that's not there right now is Galaxy 2, which is a shame because I like Galaxy 2 more than Galaxy 1, personally. But when I look at like Xenoblade, in March 20th, you got all of Xenoblade there. You've already had all of Pikmin minus that one 3DS game that no one gives a shit about. And like you've got a lot of like legacy Nintendo franchise. The whole F-Zero franchise minus GX is on there, which that's a pretty big one to miss, but who knows? Maybe one day. So for me, the answer to your question, Melvin, the long-winded answer is the Switch, but like my personal favorite system, the one that I might have the most nostalgia for, would probably be like the 3DS. Oh.
I was gonna say, personally, I think the DS would qualify as probably their best like console.
I'm gonna say that the Wii is their best.
Really?
That is also a really solid answer.
Yeah, because the way you feel about the Switch now is the way the Wii was back when the Wii was out. You could get everything on it. It was insane the amount of things you could get on it. You had everything. It was pretty obnoxious, and the Wii U went even harder than that did.
So in some regards, yes. I had a Wii U. It also faltered in many ways. What I will say about the Wii, what I will say about the Wii in 2025 is I used to
aged.
love motion controls. I used to like Melvin can attest that I would like exclusively play everything with motion controls, and I never understood when Melvin was like, "These motion controls don't work for me." I'm like, "What are you talking about, motherfucker? All you gotta do is flab your wrist around to play Twilight Princess." And now I've tried Twilight. I actually tried playing through Lego Star Wars 2 on Wii, and I couldn't play more than like 2 levels because I was getting annoyed that I had to waggle everything for every action. I hated it.
Yep.
I hated it.
And then it's also like the downside of the Wii was the Wii really did kind of just cement Nintendo as like the baby console for a lot of people. They gave them a really bad rap, I feel like.
I found it very utility based as like, and I'm gonna be that guy. The reason why I highly rate it is because A, it could play GameCube games, and I loved it for that.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Unless you have a Wii Mini.
If the Wii didn't exist, I would have probably said the GameCube is my favorite one so far.
I was gonna say, well, I was thinking that I think the GameCube is my favorite Nintendo console.
But with the Wii can do what the GameCube can do.
Exactly.
So like,
I know Wii Sports slaps. I do enjoy Wii Sports.
Here's to me hoping that the Switch 2 is going to be the Wii to the Switch 1 and Switch OLED's GameCube.
Right.
Here's to hoping.
Well, for my topic, what I wanted to say, sorry this became so long-winded. What I did want to bring up was stuff regarding the Switch 2's reveal. I'm sure you've all seen it, right? Did you see the reveal trailer, Melvin?
Yeah, I saw the reveal trailer. I was kind of like, all right, I don't care until I get specs.
The ASMR goodness.
I agree. What I will say is...
It looked like a Switch.
It looked like a Switch. I do have a couple of things I wanted to comment on it. One, I do... So, when it originally... Before it was revealed, we had a Pixel Pulse episode where we were debating a rumor that the Switch 2 had optical sensors on one of the Joy-Cons to act as a mouse. It turns out that the optical sensor is on both Joy-Cons and they can both function as a mouse, as proven by Nintendo official patents. Not officially said in any statements, but these are patented, like approved patents from Nintendo of Japan that came out like a week ago or so. There were also some other interesting things, such as there was one where, like, I guess it's not that interesting, but the Switch 2 will apparently be able to be like your phone, where you can you can turn it and the screen will orient depending on the way you're turning it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's something that the Switch will be able to do in handheld mode, I guess.
That's it. We're going to get a hotel room 315 or whatever it was, where you had to turn it sideways and treat it like a notebook.
What? What are you talking about?
Have you never played that? Hold on, let me go look it up.
No.
Hold on.
I've never even heard of that. I mean, Brain Age did stuff like that, didn't it? On the DS?
I don't think so. No, not what?
Sorry. It was called Hotel Dusk Room 215.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Nope. Yeah, it was a really good like point and click detectives adventure game, and you would turn your DS. It was on DS, just like normal DS. You would just turn it sideways, and your DS would be the notebook, like the detective's notebook that he would use in the game. It's very good. I'm gonna send.
I know that.
It's the same people that did that fucking. Sorry, I'll come back.
I know Zelda Phantom Hourglass did that shit on the 3DS. Well, not on the 3DS, sometimes. But on the DS.
Yeah, they like close the DS and then open it back up, and it would print something on the lower screen that was on the top screen, like a stamp book. I remember that. Rumors. This is not official, but so there in the trailer. If you are an eagle-eyed viewer in the trailer for the Switch 2, there was a button that was blank underneath where the home button would be on your Joy-Con. I think it was on like a patent or a leak. it's shown that that button has a C on it, but for the trailer, for some reason, it's just blank. Weird choice. I guess they didn't want to talk about it. But what a lot of people are predicting that it will be able to do is a cast button, where you can press the button and then instead of physically putting your Switch into the dock, it will stream to the dock. Maybe this could have some kind of dual screen implications as well, where you have something on your TV, something on your handheld, a la Wii U gamepad. I don't know if that's a great idea, but maybe you could see some DS stuff with that.
I was gonna say DS Switch Online.
Yeah, potentially could happen. But overall, yeah, we don't really know much officially about the Switch 2 until
April 4th.
April 2nd. April 2nd.
2nd. Fuck me.
Yes. Yeah. Because people were getting confused because originally the date said 2/4/25, and then people in the UK were like, "Oh shit, it's in like a week." And then it was not February 4th, it was April 2nd. So but yeah, we don't officially know much about it yet, so obviously I'll reserve my judgment. But you know, I've heard rumors that it's apparently going to be about as somewhere in between the strength of a PS4 and a PS5. Sorry, not PS5, PS4 Pro. We'll see it when we see it. I don't think that that's incredibly powerful, but I do know that up until like a year or two ago, a lot of third parties were still making games for the PS4. So I don't think it will be terrible necessarily. Of course, I would have preferred something more like the PS5 in terms of specs. But also, there's two things that I have to personally consider. One is the demographic of the Switch sold so well, I think largely in part due to how cheap comparatively it was to like the PS4, or not PS4, but the PS5 with its like $500 price tag, or the $700 for the Pro, right? I guess rumors are the Switch 2 will be about $350 to $400 US, which, all right. Again, this is all speculation, so like I can comment on this to you now and be like, I feel good about this. But then when the official announcement comes that the bitch is $700, I'm gonna be pissed if it's as powerful as a PS4. But I don't expect it to be, because I think Nintendo, the part of the reason why they use last gen's hardware is because they want to make it cheaper, and to push for like specs, I think in some ways will hike up that price. And I think Nintendo does want to keep the hardware price, not their game prices, but their hardware price they want to keep down. And that's how I've always seen it. Anyways, do we have anything else to add to this, or are we ready to move on to pop culture?
I just personally feel like $400 is a lot. And especially if I find out that it is like a PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I think I would like Nintendo to release a competitive console once to see what happens.
Fair enough. I think for something that's continuing the handheld idea, I think this makes sense. I think if you were to release a handheld that was competitive with like the Steam Deck, or like with the PS Portal or something, then we'd really be looking at something super, super expensive. And I also have battery life concerns regarding that. Like, PS5 is relatively new tech, isn't it? Like,
relatively.
Yeah. So like,
a Steam Deck is $400, by the way.
Yeah, and Steam Decks are about as powerful as a PS4, right? PS4 Pro, maybe?
I'm gonna check right now, so go ahead and keep going now.
I could be wrong on that, but I've also heard, I don't have a Steam Deck, so this is purely what I've heard, but I've also heard that they have like shit battery life. So that's something I gotta give the Switch credit for. The Gen 1 Switch kind of had like battery life, but when they did that like silent re-release of the base model Switch, they really got that battery life lasting a long time. Like I play Balatro a lot on my Switch now, and I don't charge my Switch very often. I charge it like, I guess I charge it when I stream it, but like other than that, like I've gone like a week without charging it, playing just Balatro. That is just Balatro, of course, but
A Steam Deck has pretty much the equivalency of a Ryzen 5 AMD processor inside of it. PS4. PS4 has an AMD 8-core Jaguar CPU.
Regardless of what the fuck ever it has, if they don't bring back themes to Switch 2, I'm gonna be
that's
so
gonna
fucking.
that's gonna kill the console if there's no themes. Also, can we get less like hentai games on the eShop? Thanks.
Fuck no. More. Give
There
us a
are
new
hentai
gal
games
gun.
right now.
What?
Give me a new gal gun.
What did you say, Melvin?
I said, sorry, I forgot what I said. Hold on. Oh,
Have
No,
you
go
guys
ahead.
played gal gun?
No.
no. Oh, I said, is there hentai games on the eShop, actually?
Pretty much, yeah.
Nothing that is actually technically explicit, but there. If you go to the Switch eShop right now, I guarantee
You
you,
can
within
get
the
Galgun.
within the first 20 games, there will be a game. I shit you not, called like Hentai Girls School Deluxe or something like that. It's not actually porn, but that's the name of the game, and it's like it's shovelware slop AI generated bullshit. And it gets constantly pushed to the top of the eShop because they abuse the algorithm by constantly putting the game on sale, which puts it up, and then the sale lasts like a day, and then the next day they do the sale again, so it goes back up to the top of the charts, and it keeps doing that, which is why you're constantly seeing all this AI garbage slop on the eShop, and why they cost like $1.
It's A plus. Buy it every time.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily see Nintendo ever really doing anything about it.
Well, the thing is, when the Switch originally came out, apparently I've heard from a lot of indie devs that it was really hard to get your games approved to be on the eShop. But then COVID hit, Nintendo loosened their restrictions, and then the floodgates just fucking went everywhere, you know? So please stop dying. You're not allowed to do that. We need you for the next episode.
They shat on the floor.
All right, well, I have to go within like the next half hour. So why don't we go ahead and move on to the next topic, unless Melvin has anything else to add regarding the Switch 2.
I just hope that the Switch 2 is better than the Steam Deck. If it's $400.
Do you have a Steam Deck?
No, but if the Switch 2 comes out to be $400,
Yeah,
I will.
fair enough.
Because I already have a big ass Steam library I can just turn to if I have it, is the thing.
Yeah.
So at that point, it would just be $400 for that portable console or $400 for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I would put Linux on my Steam Deck, I think, because I want to try Linux.
Based. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on to pop culture then. I hate to just rush us through, but we do have... I have to go here in like less than an hour. So, Quinn, why don't you lead us off with what you had for pop culture? Something magic?
Yeah, no, so it's going to be just broad term. Got to get your guys' opinions on this. It's more of a deep dive into adding non-IP things into things that we like. So in this case, the topic that I had for that included Magic the Gathering, right? So we just had our recent set drop, Aether Drift. It's been pretty good. Reception's been pretty good. Sales have been pretty good, just like all the others. The next set that is coming out is going to be Tarkir, which is lore accurate, and it's going to be going over an old place that we haven't been back to in a long time. And then we're going to get Final Fantasy. for the first time in Standard, which is just the new sets coming out into rotation with it. This will be the first non-Magic the Gathering IP in Magic the Gathering in the core story. I don't know if they're gonna like split off and this not actually be part of the core story. I don't know how they're doing it, but as far as like in standard rotation goes, now I'm gonna have to fight Sephiroth decks, right? And
God
not to
damn
like
it.
not to like pull the punch back, but the very next set is Edge of Eternities, which is going to be back to Magic the Gathering lore, which is going to be great. I'm all about that. Then the next set is Spider-Man in standard.
What?
Yeah, Spider-Man's next after that. And then we're going to go back to lore accurate, which is Ultimate Unbound or some shit. What the fuck is it called? Yeah, anyways, it goes back to another Magic the Gathering set. So hopefully it doesn't keep death spiraling like that. But that's a good example of what I mean. So like there's a lot of games that do it, you know, like Call of Duty is also known for doing it now. Now they're getting like you could play as the boys. You've been able to play as them for a long time. They just put like Squid Game into it.
Aren't they putting
so
the
now
the Ninja Turtles into COD?
I
I
don't
think
know.
they were
Probably.
in there before.
Oh, okay.
Fortnite's always milked that cow.
I know
right?
Fortnite's already got them all in COD.
Yeah, Fortnite's milked the cow.
To me, Fortnite now just feels like a crossover game. Like that's what got me into Fortnite. Like I'm not gonna lie, I had no interest in the game until I heard about the years of like all the crossover stuff being added into the game.
Only the Shredder got put into Call of Duty.
Oh, okay.
So the way I like to look at Fortnite, I have a really good way I think I kind of compare this to. I like to imagine Fortnite kind of as like a big toy box, and it's like all of your toys that you've gotten through like an amalgamation of childhood. So you know, there's like the year where you were super into Dragon Ball, or like the years you had the Peter Griffin action figure, and like your friends all just bring their toy boxes over, and you're all just mashing toys together from all these different universes and playing together. You guys kind of see what I'm saying? That's kind of how I
shooting
imagine
the
Fortnite.
shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's fun. I really do. I enjoy Fortnite for its solid gameplay. I enjoy Fortnite as a children's game. I think it's very good for children.
Did you see they put Hatsune Miku in the new Monkey Ball?
Wait, what?
They put Hatsune Miku and Godzilla in Monkey Ball.
Godzilla.
Whatever the fuck. Huh?
Godzilla gets the pass.
What's up with both? What is up with them? Like, what is up with them going into different like titles and stuff like that?
Miku and Godzilla can never be separated. Also, Among Us is in Monkey Ball, yeah.
That's crazy that like, cause fuck, I got the Miku skin and Godzilla skins in Fortnite. I've got the music one, the one where she wears the hat. All right. I think in general crossovers are a very good thing. Like when it comes to like competitive games like those, or like games with a lot of skins. Like a big one that was kind of like an example would be if you think back then, Mortal Kombat versus DC. That was really like a big thing when that came out originally.
When's Marvel versus Capcom 8? I mean, wait, what number's next? 4? 5?
It'd be 4 if you didn't count Infinite as 4.
Burn it down. Burn down that studio.
Well, they already burned down. Now they're back.
I know. But like, I think as long as it doesn't affect like, okay, so in the sense, let's go back to the fuck Magic the Gathering, right? So there's a deep lore in Magic the Gathering. Like all of the sets have like lore where you can go online and read it, and it's like pretty much like almost like reading a book. Very short stories, but still like in that sense that
hell they used to do full books back then.
Yes. So like I don't know what they're going to do with the Final Fantasy set and the Spider-Man set because the story follows the standard rotation. Like the new story comes out when the new set comes out. That's just how it goes. So we'll see. If they screw the pooch 613, I'm going to be a little annoyed, but But as far as other games go, I mean, nobody else really does that, right? Like, how crazy would that be? Like World of Warcraft, you get the next set expansion. You spent $36 or whatever the fuck they sell those expansions for now, and like in the lore, you get to watch this cutscene with the portal open and Sephiroth walks out.
It's like, eh, I don't even know, man. I don't even know anymore. Like,
World of Warcraft players would be so fucking mad. So like, I can probably, I would hope so, because that's like the lore for World of Warcraft is so well built.
Bacon Megan Cheese asks, did they do those lore stories posted by the MTG Commander LOTR set and the Doctor Who ones and all that ? I don't know.
Yeah, those and the set for the Fallout set. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check myself, because those ones are like, I don't know if those are Universes Beyond sets. Let me double check.
Crawl out to the Fallout, baby, where you belong.
I can tell you.
Gabe, I actually have a question from a viewer directed directly to you.
What?
So I have a friend who is a fan of the show. His name is Mitchell.
Okay.
And Mitchell wants to know why you have not played Elden Ring.
Because I don't play bad games. I play Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is a bad game.
Will you ever play Elden Ring?
If this is a real question, my answer is Elden Ring may be a game I play one day. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not good at video games. I was getting really angry at Mario and Luigi Brothership because the game took me 50 hours to complete and wasn't hard. So imagine my luck when Elden Ring is 100 hours and is hard.
Would you play Elden Ring if we did a seamless co-op mod together?
Maybe. I don't know if that would be... I've never played any FromSoft games, so I don't know if that would be my first Souls game. Maybe. I've heard Bloodborne would be maybe a better spot to start, but never are we going to see Bloodborne, so...
Elden Ring would be your best one to start with.
Elden Ring's fine.
It is the most user-friendly.
You think so?
I absolutely think so, as someone who's beaten all of them.
Okay.
I think Elden Ring is a very fair one to go into for your first time, especially because it's a new world as well. You're not jumping into
crazy would
Dark
that be?
Souls 3.
How pissed off would you be if, like, Mikola, right? You destroy Mikola, and as Mikola's dying, the chest opens up, blood splurts out everywhere, and SpongeBob comes crawling out.
SpongeBob, Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
That's where I'm getting at here. It's like that fucks with the lore a little bit, right?
I'm okay for these separated events, but why is it becoming a part of the main event of main lore?
Like
Kingdom Hearts is the worst crossover ever. This was a joke.
Kingdom Hearts is definitely the worst crossover ever. Because they didn't take Goofy's shoes off.
Oh my god. What?
We need to see them silly little toes. What do you mean, what?
I feel like they picked the worst two possible Disney characters to tag along with the main character.
But Goofy little piggies.
Yeah, I don't. The two dumbest sounding characters. I hate it. I can't stand it when either of them talk. It drives me crazy. Like, absolutely crazy. They could have done anything better than that. Like, why not have had Mickey be with Sora the entire time? Mickey would have been amazing. Like, they had to have him as a character that runs off.
He's the king of franchise media.
Or he was very well incorporated into the story too. Even though he was king, he went missing for like 4 years as king, and everybody just kept on going.
I've only played the first Kingdom Hearts right now. I beat it like last year, but
so you know that Mickey gets sealed away in the realm of darkness.
Sort of. I don't know what
him
that
and
means.
Him and Riku get sealed behind that giant ass door.
Oh,
when they seal
spoil it for him. Don't spoil anything more for him.
He didn't. He said he beat the first one.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
only
also
played the
you're
first
like
one.
15 years like late.
So fuck me
You
with
are
a
pretty
rake,
late
I
to this.
guess.
Yeah, totally.
Kingdom
Sora
Hearts.
dies.
I will say Kingdom Hearts 2 is definitely the better one of the two.
I've heard that.
Yeah, 2's everybody's
Probably
favorite.
gonna play them in their sequential order because I've been told I will have a conniption if I don't.
Yeah.
If you do,
I probably will anyways.
Play Chain of Memories next.
Yeah. My chat's let me
That's
know.
the one in order.
But yeah,
I've got the collection on Steam.
Me too.
But anyways, back to the topic. What did it? Christmas.
I mean, we all kind of already gave our input on it.
Fair.
It seems the relative consensus out of the three of us is that it wouldn't really fucking matter if they did shit like that in most games.
The most important crossover that I'm glad is still a crossover is Ape Escape and MGS3. Thank you.
I mean, I've seen like a Skyrim literally do it with Zelda.
Yep. The
So like,
Nintendo version of Skyrim, you can get Zelda's sword and shield and outfit.
Zelda himself.
Yep, Zelda. Yep.
I like in Skyrim the very real crossover with Thomas the Tank Engine, where they replace all the dragons with Thomas the Tank Engine. That was good.
Dude, it's so good. No, I always do the Macho Man Randy Savage mods. Turn them all into Macho Man, and like they all like start doing Slim Jim commercial quotes.
Yeah, snap into Slim Jim.
Eat me.
All right. Well, speaking of eating,
gentlemen, I believe that wraps up our show. I believe.
Whoa,
Nope.
whoa! We got one more thing.
Nope.
We got to talk about the best foods in video games.
So, I think you ever just see you ever see Arthur Morgan from Red Dead 2 just stick a piece of meat on the end of his knife and just hold it over a fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
You want to try that piece of meat?
I just want to eat that meat. Yeah.
Melvin, have you played the most recent Mario Party Jamboree?
With you, yes.
All right. They have food mini games in there, like steak cutting, and I am angry that those steaks aren't real steaks. Quinn, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, fuck those steaks. What about the ones from the original Super Mario Party that has the cube steak?
Yeah.
You gonna flip that?
Oh, the cube steak.
That thing jiggled when you flipped it. It's that same thing with the steak cut. It jiggles when you cut it.
You know,
They really put some They put some steak physics in these games, man.
Anything from the Cooking Mama games.
Including
the data mining from the one on Switch.
I was like, I've got a joke answer and I've got a serious answer. And the joke answer is oh shit. I've lost I'm gonna say the serious answer first then. Honestly, any sandwich combination that like makes sense in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The sandwich creator in that.
What do you mean makes sense?
Stoner. They really have some stoner Scooby-Doo sandwiches in Scarlet and Violet.
I am telling you. And they always look good. The ingredients look fresh as fuck. Like that's where they put all the detail in their fucking game is in the sandwich creator. And when I say weird, I mean like you can make a peanut butter and tomato sandwich if you wanted to with cheese.
I think the best looking food is the Minecraft poisonous potato. I love that.
The rotten potato.
Yeah.
You just set up a dessert sandwich and then just slap a piece of cured ham on top of it at the end.
Yeah, the joke answer, I remember it now. I've always wanted to try the cheese wheel in Skyrim. Always. That stupid cheddar cheese wheel. Or the goat cheese, sorry.
I've always wanted to try Tracer's backside. Ba-dum-bum.
And yeah. And even if that, like a lot of stuff from Skyrim, man, I would have loved to try. Like a lot of their alcohol would have been really crazy. Like they had the honey mead, whatever the fuck it is. I would love to have tried that because it was like mead that was made just straight of honey. But yeah,
Meat is very good. I love meat.
Skyrim food is like weird on my tier list. A lot of the foods in what is it, Breath of the Wild?
Yeah,
Like I would have eaten the fuck out of them apples, man.
I've got.
I kind of want to.
I've got a cookbook here on my desk, actually, of a bunch of Breath of the Wild foods for like real life versions of those recipes.
I just say, I wouldn't mind trying stuff from Fallout. Some of, like the fucking like the sugar bomb cereal.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. All right, we're making sense. I was like, dude, what? What are we talking? Like
Or
rad
like
roach
the
meat?
rad steak, like the rad roach steak, or like the fucking. I want to try Deathclaw meat, a Deathclaw steak, or a
You ever
Yao
play?
steak.
You ever play? Was it Journey to the Savage Planet?
Yeah, you can play.
You
You can
remember
pick a
those
dog
stupid
as
ass-
your main character.
Remember those stupid commercials that would play on the thing? I want to try
Yeah.
Grob. I want to try Grob so bad. That stupid like purple mush that turns into whatever you want.
Yeah, I'd try that too.
I'll try some Grob, man. I have a Grob cheeseburger.
Just some of the food in the background of Mass Effect, like when you're in
Dude.
the cafeterias and stuff.
Hang on, keep talking. I'm trying to find a very specific example in this book to show you.
Oh
I
fuck!
know
We're
the
talking
stream won't be
video.
able to see it.
We're talking video game foods, man. There's so many good foods in video game. Oh my god.
Hell, even like ones that are just interesting that you would want to try. Like I want to try each of the perk sodas
That'd be kind of cool.
from like Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. Like let me see what Juggernog tastes like, or like
I thought
what
Juggernog was
Revive
supposed to be
tastes
like a cherry cola
Yeah, it probably is.
because it's red.
Okay, guys, check this out right here. This is the monster cake from Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'm gonna show the stream.
That's
but,
cool.
Yeah, we need this to be real.
So
as
yeah,
soon as we
for
can.
those
That's
who
something
aren't
I saw
looking,
a lot of too.
it looks just like the monster cake.
There's been a lot of like tie-in like cookbooks that have been like really popular lately. Like
This one's
there
not
was one
official, but
I was gonna
it's
say
okay
there was
anyways.
there was an official one from like Game of Thrones that came out, and you could have.
I saw a Sonic the Hedgehog cookbook.
Can I eat Sonic himself?
One of those is chili dogs.
Yeah,
That's why I almost got it. I almost wanted the chili dog recipe, but then I know how chili dogs are made.
Skyrim does have a cookbook. You can.
They have an alcohol. They have an alcohol brewing book. I know that. That goes over all their meads and shit.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I think that does wrap up our show for the day. Quinn, where can the lads find you?
Monster Hunter Calico Cats.
Oh yeah, look up Calico Cats. Yeah,
making your food for you in Monster Hunter. Any of that's good.
We love the Calico cooking.
And bacon, mac and cheese.
My favorite. My favorite.
The Lord of the Rings.
Oh shit! Final Fantasy 15.
The Lord of the Rings and Doctor Who sets do not intertwine with the story and lore of Magic the Gathering.
Also, the Lord of the Rings. I wouldn't mind trying lambdas bread.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there is one of my favorite snacks in video games though. It's actually in Batman, Arkham City. It's Catwoman.
You're my favorite snack, Melvin.
Thank you, brother. Anyways, where can we find you?
You can find me Quinn_is_trash at Twitch, YouTube pending. I'm also on Twitter, and yeah, that's about as far as it goes on there. Yeah, catch me there.
You can find me. You can find me behind the Walmart. I give $5 sloppies if you need one. Other than that, you can find me on twitch.tv/GabrielSurgeVA, or You can find the show Pixel Pulse. Have you ever heard of it? It's also all the VODs for that
No.
are up on youtube.com/gaming outlet video. You can find the show there and watch previous episodes and the next episode, which may or may not be in 2 weeks from now.
We would like it to be in 2 weeks from now, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
The government might stop us.
I might light on fire.
The pigeons might find me and finally eat me. Melvin, where can they find you?
Give me 1 second to
He
bring
forgot.
that up. No. You can find me at www.youtube.com at Captain WaterMelvin.
It's not even a dot. It's just that many W's before the YouTube.
Just ends its stream at like the 12th W.
www.
And he's gone.
Oh.
Well, with that, we'd like to say thank you for watching. Oh, hey, has he got more W's for us?
No.
Oh,
Just
okay.
W2s.
Oh, he's got to file his taxes.
Go file your taxes, everyone.
Please file your taxes. Don't be in trouble with the government, or do. I don't care. Fuck it. You know, I don't give a shit. Xenoblade X is out in less than a month. I don't give a fuck.
The government does have access to an ungodly amount of handcuffs.
True. It's kind of kinky. Anyways, goodbye. We'll see you guys next time.